What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scalp Solutions Podcast. I am your host, David Santiago. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. We appreciate you. We got an amazing interview coming. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, everybody. I'm here with Taisha. Taisha, thank you for stopping in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I want you to tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and about your business.
Yes. My name is Taisha Roman. I'm Latina. I am from
What?
the Bronx, from Bronx, New York. And
BX in the building.
I am a personal trainer and a mindset coach.
Mindset coach.
Yes.
That
definitely
sounds
needed.
Powerful, man.
Yes. Definitely needed in this world today.
Okay. So I know what a personal trainer does. Talk to me about a mindset coach. What's a mindset coach?
What a mindset coach is someone who empowers people, empowers them to be disciplined, because discipline is what's needed to be focused, right? And
Right.
everybody has goals, whether this is financial goals, weight loss goals, everybody has goals, but they lack discipline.
Discipline.
So I've created a 4-week program for that.
For discipline.
Yes.
That's right. That sounds awesome. So is the discipline that you're talking about, is this discipline specific to personal training, or let's say someone like me, right, as an artist, right?
Well, no.
You're going to be able to, you're going to
be able to help you. Yes.
Yeah? All right, good.
This is for discipline in life, just being able to focus on yourself, and figure out what it is that you truly want, not so much driven by society. And in order to do that, you have to be very focused and disciplined, like on your goals and desires. So it's a lot of inner work.
Dope. And I understand the relation why you need the discipline and the mindset in order to be successful with whatever weight loss journey or physical training journey you have.
Yeah.
Dope. I like that. You see how she threw that out there? Latina, and I get you your discipline right. Word. All right. So you have here with you today your book, right? Your book is it's titled I Am Her.
I Am Her.
That's right.
Yes.
Pick that up.
I am her.
Matter of fact, before we even get into that, tell us if anyone wanted to make a purchase, where can they get that?
You will go to TaishaRoman.com, and in the Fab City store, you will see this book right there. I Am Her. TaishaRoman.com.
What store is that again?
Fab City store.
Fab City.
Yes.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. She got that thing in the store. We ain't playing. She's using that mindset. You see that
right.
discipline. So tell us about the book, and why did you title it I Am Her?
I titled it I Am Her because I wanted people to know that from my past and my present, I'm still her. I'm still that girl who struggled, but I'm still that girl who's successful. Like, both of us have everyone has that inner villain, who will do negative and do positive. And I am her, but who I chose to be at the end was the successful her, the happy her, the confident her. So I wrote this book, and the subtitle is Discover Your Strength and Rewrite Your Story, because that's what I did along the journey. Like, I had to discover my strength and rewrite everything that I've ever lived.
Dope. Awesome. I can't wait. I just got the book. I can't wait to read it, because I need to get my mind right.
That's right.
Like when I saw, because your brother was the one who put me on to this, and he was like, yo, show my sister some love. She got this new book out. And when I looked at it, I was like, I am her. Mm-hmm. So I immediately gravitated toward thinking about like the views of today's age. So I'm thinking like, okay, like, maybe it's got something to do with, woman equality and all that stuff, which is perfectly fine. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But to hear you talk about how it transcends from, the past, which is even more dope to me, because we share the same upbringing. And, we're both successful now. Yeah.
And we all have a story.
Dope. Exactly. We all got a story, but it's dope how you were able to capture that with that simple I am her, because you left me in. Like the artistic approach of it, crazy dope. Yeah. Where'd you take this picture?
I took that picture actually.
That's not the South Bronx.
And you know what's so funny?
That's not the South Bronx.
That's why I love the story. And I'm like, I am her. Like, I come from the South Bronx, and this is actually my backyard. Like, I'm a homeowner now.
That's so dope.
I live in a beautiful place.
Respect.
Yeah.
We grew up in the same area too, right?
Same area.
So you grew up where in the Bronx?
Merrill's Avenue, not too far from Cortland.
Dope. That's crazy.
Yeah.
From one backyard extreme to another backyard and shit, right?
Exactly, yeah.
See that? That's that mindset.
from all that
Discipline.
clutter and confusion and drama to just peace. Peace
That's
in my
awesome.
life. Yeah.
I say that all the time. I was like, yo, I went from hearing gunshots, police, and all this shit.
birds.
Now I got deers eating my fruits and
Exactly.
vegetables, disrespecting my property. When I roll up on the driveway, they sitting there looking at me like,
Yes.
what up?
We were
ain't
here
getting
first.
up. Yeah,
You
we
just
get
got
here.
here.
Different kind of problem, but I'll take it.
Exactly.
All right. That was so dope. Thank you for sharing that. So how did you get into personal training?
Well, I was working a 9 to 5 at a hospital. I was working at Columbia Presbyterian in Manhattan and Broadway. And, you know, just sitting at that desk 9 to 5, I just had this desire to be fit and be healthy because I always viewed healthy people and they were freaking happy. You know what I mean? It's
That is
different
true.
from the people that are struggling every day and, you know, running their health into the ground. And I just had this strong desire. And as I sat there in this 9 to 5 during my lunch break, they had a gym. I would go to the gym, you know, play around a little bit. And then I decided that I wanted to do it full time. So I ordered some personal training material, and every day on my lunch break, that's what I was doing. I was studying it. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to be happy and I want to be healthy. And I can't find that here in this hospital setting. Like I'm all my whole day is just sitting here, you know, not doing what I love, and I'm eating like shit. You know what I mean? I wanted a whole different lifestyle. So that's where personal training took place, sitting at that desk, just thinking about that next career move. And that was it for me.
Dope. So it had nothing to do with like you weren't like 100% satisfied with your current.
Oh, well,
image.
let's go there
That
too.
was another. Okay. Yeah.
Sitting at that desk, you know, not only was I unhappy with my finances and my career, I was also unhappy in my relationship at the time. And I knew a lot had to do with my confidence. Because when you're not confident, you're not happy, and you don't bring much to the relationship. I wasn't happy with my body. I just had 2 kids, and a lot had changed in my relationship, my attitude, just everything. And I just wanted a way out. And I was like, you know, I went to gyms and I hired trainers before, and I never got what I wanted. So I took it upon myself. I'm like, I'm going to have to learn how to do this myself.
It's like, yeah. You know what's crazy? Like, so did you have this problems? And it's crazy because I'm at a point right now in my life where I'm looking at myself and I'm like, damn, dog. Like, you let it go, man. Like, you know, sometimes when I'm talking to people and they be like, oh, you know, what'd you do? Like, I'm so proud of being a Marine. But at that moment, I don't want to tell them, like, yeah, I was in the Marine Corps for 14 years. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck?
Yeah.
Yo, you a big dude.
Yeah.
But, and I'm at that point where it's kind of like, I'm like, man, like, I want to get back in that shape because I remember like how good it felt. I mean, it was a different good for me being a man where, you know, you kind of like, yeah, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I don't feel like that
Yeah.
now, but it forces me to look at it, you know, look at my girl and be like, yo,
Yeah.
you with me because you comfortable?
Yeah,
And we got
'cause
two
you love me.
kids. Like, you really like this dad bod? Or like, would you appreciate me a little bit more if I got back to how I looked?
Yeah.
You know, 6-7 years ago before I became a little
And
complacent.
you know what's so funny that you say that, because I think we all have that struggle where you thought, sometimes I don't want to share that I was a Marine because right now I'm not up to par. And there were times where I struggled, you know, even I had a point in my life where I struggled with alcohol, you know, and I didn't feel comfortable sharing that I was a personal trainer because that went against everything of
So you
health.
were doing personal training and you were like drinking alcohol?
Yeah. At one
Gangsta,
point, yeah,
bro. You
at
a-
one point
you
in my
gangsta.
life, you know, I went through some things
Yeah,
and
no,
I
hey.
turned the wrong way. And so I could relate with you that I also felt like, God, I don't want to share that, you know, that I have this background or that I do this because of the way I look right now. But what I realized is on this journey, like up to now, that so many people focus on the looks, but it's really about your health. You know, you eating healthier, you know, taking walks, taking care of yourself. Like if you can get rid of that, you have to look this way, it'll be much easier for you to get back to the healthy life.
That's dope.
Definitely.
Can you say that one more time?
Yes, if you
Because
can
I
stop
need that
focusing.
I need that to set.
If you can stop focusing on so much that you need the 6-pack again and the arms and, you know, all that is great. Don't get me wrong. But if you could stop focusing on that and say, you know, I just want to be healthy for my kids, for my wife, for my career, for me, for my life. Like, it'll take off. You just find yourself waking up juicing, you know, going on a bike ride, doing different things.
Getting your carrots and your keto, all these diets.
A ton of them out there.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
confusing.
You know, now that you say it, you know, let's talk about that real quick with these diets.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, like, do you feel like they're, it's like a fad, or it's just like a marketing scheme, or do you just promote, like, listen, you eat clean, have a decent workout regimen?
I promote eat clean and have a decent workout regimen, but I've tried the keto and I totally dig it. I dig the concept behind it, eating more fats and keeping the carbs low, because the carbs have a lot of sugar and people have diabetes, and that's, they gain a lot of weight. So I dig the keto, but I don't ever force it on anyone. My thing is just live a balanced, healthy lifestyle. Eat more fruits, eat more vegetables, drink more water. All the other diets, I feel like all of them work. If you do them consistently, they'll work for you. If you did the Atkins, it'll work. If you did the keto, it'll work.
So
the problem is
people
are not consistent. You know what I mean? Right. And then you just find which one is easy on your lifestyle. And then you'll find that that's the one that you'll be promoting.
Listen, right now, I'm telling you, I'm all about that Oreo cookie life. All right? You know what I'm saying? What you saying is awesome, is amazing. But let me tell you something. Don't let me wake up at 12:30 at night to change my daughter's diapers and there's a double stuffed
You better get
Oreo.
A protein bar at that nightstand.
I've been trying. I be trying, man. I and I like protein, which is crazy because a lot of people are like, oh, this thing tastes horrible.
Yeah.
I like them, but don't let me see double stuffed Oreos, because it's going to be a problem. Dope. So what has been your biggest training influence, or who has been your biggest training influence in your training journey?
When I was working at the 9 to 5, I had a friend named Corey. And she was just always like banging it out. I always saw her in the gym, and I saw the transformation happen right before my eyes. And she was just so disciplined with her food, and she was a real big inspiration for me. And where I trained with her a couple of times before I became a trainee, I was still working at the hospital. I'm like, man, I want to look like that. I want to feel like that. I want to walk around energetic like her. So she inspired me a lot.
So she was the friend on the low that you were like,
yeah,
I fucking hate the way she looks, man.
No, I'm like,
she gotta look. I want in.
I'm like, I need to be close to you.
See, there we go. Strategy right there.
Exactly,
there we go.
Exactly.
Taking it as a mentor.
That's right.
So how long have you been a personal trainer now?
Well, for over 10 years.
10 years. Wow, that's a long time getting it in.
Yes.
So when did you feel like you developed the confidence as a personal trainer? So to elaborate, like to actually go out there and tell someone, I have what you need to make you look like this, like me.
Yeah. And that took a little while, because at the beginning, as I began to learn more about the body and train myself, I felt like I was still new at it. You know what I mean? So it was like, nobody's going to take me serious. But it was when I got certified in nutrition. That was the game changer for my business. That was the game changer for me. That was the confidence booster. That's when I applied what I learned to a ton of women. I transformed all of them, and I was able to say, I got what you need. Like, I can help you.
Dope.
I can change your body, because I knew that that's the missing piece. It was the nutrition.
What is it? 82%?
80 nutrition and 20% working out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You hear, I've been hearing that for years. I know it's a legit
and it's so
fact.
real.
And it's so
true,
real.
Man.
It's so, you know what? It's so crazy when and it makes you further like dissect it. Mm-hmm. So the other day I was on my elliptical, and I was on that shit for like half an hour. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm good. I felt good.
Yeah.
I was sweating my ass off in the garage, and then I stare down and it tells me how many calories I burned. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, I just bust my ass for half an hour, and I'm about to eat one cookie or any pastry, and done. Defeated the whole purpose.
You can't, no, you cannot. Some people will work themselves to death in the gym and then eat the wrong things. And it's like, it's the opposite. Like, work yourself to death in the kitchen, doing right. And then that little 20%, go ride your bike, do what you got to do. But
so I'm eating clean, right? And I'm not questioning you. I know the importance of nutrition, obviously. Don't get it twisted. I know the importance of the nutrition, but so that we could kind of break it down a little bit Barney style, right? So for whoever's listening, I always tend to see like, personal trainers or anyone in the fitness or food industry, like when they break it down in like the scientific terms, it just like turns off the listeners, kind of like, see, this is why I don't do this shit.
You are so
She just said something about the triglycerides number 3. Like, I'm not looking for that shit. So
I love that you said
what
that.
I'm trying to say is, so we know that nutrition is important. So let's say, all right, I got a balanced diet.
Yeah.
And balance meaning like, I'm not eating cookies and all that
stuff.
I'm fucking eating cookies. But I'm eating clean.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I like. I say clean, like, get rid of all the nasty food.
Yeah.
And let's say that's that 80%.
Yeah.
So what would I need to do? What's that 20% that'll keep me on the right track? Like
that 20% is just moving your body. And I always encourage people to do things that they enjoy. I see people that run is like, I fucking hate running. Then don't run. Ride a bike. Oh, I hate yoga, but it's good for me. And so is being on the elliptical, you know what I mean? And so is swimming, and so is playing a sport. Do what you love, but stay active. That's that 20%. And see, the reason why people struggle with the 20% because they're doing things that they don't enjoy, that they don't love. When you find that thing you love and you stick to it and not do what everybody else says you're supposed to do, you'll find that 20% becomes 50% and 60%. You're doing that shit not 2 days a week, 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like find that thing that you love that keeps you active.
This is dope. I appreciate this interview even more.
Yeah.
Because, besides the fact that you're dope and you know your shit, but these past couple of days, like me and my girl, like we've been, we'd be looking at old pictures of us and we were like so active hiking on. And, it's so easy to to use the excuse like, oh, we got kids.
Yeah.
Kids fucked everything
Very
up.
easy.
And now we trying to look for like, yo, what do we want to do? Because I don't want to run. I hated running even when I was in the military.
Yeah.
So like when people be like, yo, why don't you run? You was a
Flashbacks.
Marine. I'm like, get the fuck out. That's just for loser. Or they were like, yo, I just ran a marathon. I'm like, you did what?
Exactly.
That
like,
was
I'm good.
Dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you did 8 hours of running. You're bugging, fam. But it's crazy because, like, to hear you say, like, you got to find something that you love.
Yeah.
But that I still find that a little difficult when you don't know, like, the whole aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, all right, perfect example. This morning, I told my girl, yo, babe, we're going to get it in today.
Yeah.
We're going to do that podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll come back. We're going to work out.
Yeah.
We're going to get fined for the hoes this summer. She gave me 5 and immediately told me, she was like, but I'm not doing 500 jumping jacks. And I told her, I was like, but babe, we got to start somewhere. Like, I don't want to do this whole crazy workout routine.
Yeah.
So I know jumping jacks, if you do 500 of them, it's going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't want to do it. And it's crazy because you can see it in her face where I just turned her off. It's like, nah, I don't want to work out,
and you know what? That's that's important to know off the back what you don't want and what you do want. And when someone wants to do 500 jumping jacks and your wife is like, no, you got to find something that either you both are going to do together or, cool, you'll do this and I'll do 500 jumping jacks. Like me and my husband, we share the gym and we don't necessarily do the same things. You know what I mean? I could be down there banging out deadlifts and he's like, today I'm just going to run. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. As long as we're active and we're doing something. We could be in the same room. We could be in opposite rooms. But as long as we're being active and doing what we enjoy. So if she don't want to do 500 jumping jacks, let her do something else. Yeah.
So we actually settled. So she was like, all right, we're going to do 25. We're going to do 25 jumping jacks.
I don't like jumping jacks.
30.
I don't.
Neither do I.
They hurt my knees.
Out of my feet
and
my knees.
TMI, but after all the jumping, I have to pee. I have to use the bathroom. I don't like it.
Yo, that's not only a female thing.
I do not
I'm
like
the
it.
same way. Yo, I'm the exact same way. So it's like, I'll bang on. It's just like, all right, I did my 500, but I'm done. But, nah, I got to pee. That's crazy. I don't know the science
I'd rather do
behind
burpees.
That. Oh, see, that's killer right there. You on savage mode.
20
but that's why you
burpees
got a
and-
book and this is what you do. Like, I do 20 burpees and it's
And
game
you're
over.
done.
I just want to do 20 burpees, eat tacos, and get a 2-pack. Damn.
Exactly, right? That's what everybody wants.
All right. So tell us about your most difficult experience you ever had with a client, and how did you handle it? So it could be a good experience, bad experience.
I had 2 experiences with a client. One time I was working for a gym downtown in the city, and I had this woman that, this is another reason why I left the gym and I began to do personal training on my own, right?
Say her name. You did this.
Yeah, right. Put on
you did this, Rosa.
So they put on my schedule, and, you know, we get to the floor and I'm getting ready to train her, and I'm a hardcore trainer. That's just the way I train, because I know what the body needs. And her first request was, I do not want to sweat. Pissed me off.
What?
Pissed me off. She had her handbag. She had all her jewelry on. She was not dressed for the gym. And, you know, this is Madison Avenue in the city. So,
Okay.
you know.
So you're dealing with
it's
a whole
different
other
clientele.
echelon.
Yeah.
It's a different echelon.
So she says, I don't want to sweat. And from right then and there, I just, you know, I was pissed off. I'm like, that's what's going to happen. And I remember going to the front desk and I said, whoever put her on my schedule, don't ever do that again. But I realized that I didn't have that power because I was working for someone else. I didn't have the power to control my schedule, who went on my schedule, you know, who didn't. And I had to finish training her, but it was the most pathetic session that I've ever had. It went against everything that I believe in, that I stood for. Because I believe hard work, sweat it out, you know, feel good about yourself when you're done. And I remember I stopped working there.
He was like, I'm done. It's crazy. Like, how do you, you know, I'm interested. Like, how do you develop, like, what kind of routine do you go through where you don't develop some sort of perspiration? Like, what you have to do? Like, yo, sit here. Let me go get your business card to Dr. whoever the hell.
Yeah. So what I had to
get
do.
some lipo. You ain't going to sweat.
What's funny is that this gym was very plush. So there's couches on the floor. You know what I mean? So whereas I wanted to make her as deadlift, if she took a phone call, most other clients that knew how it worked, they wouldn't answer the phone call. She took it, I let her. That relieved her from sweating. And then maybe she did like 4 bodyweight squats, and then she had another phone call, and then she had to go on her calendar. So it's kind of like I just let her do what she wanted to do for the session, but it confused me on why she would pay for that service and totally not take advantage of it.
I guess it's one of those, what was it, January? Because, you know, January, everybody's like, new me, new year, new me. I'm going to the gym. I got me a personal trainer, do it for the gram. Yeah.
So same thing. It's kind of like it was this front. Like, I'm going to pay for the session. I'm going there, and then did absolutely nothing, you know? Kind of did it for the gram, I guess.
She did it for the gram.
Checking
did you get paid?
The gym.
Did you get paid?
Checking into the gym, but I'm not going to sweat.
As long as you got, but did you get paid?
And I got paid. Yes, I got paid.
Listen, you know what? I was about to say that's all that matters. It's not, because when you're in a position where you're in and you're so like, you know, you stress the whole discipline and mindset. It's more of it's like,
yeah, I want a relationship with the person
like,
I'm working with. You know what I mean?
Not just pay. Where you know it's like, all right, yeah, I got a day out of you.
Exactly.
Thanks.
And that's why Felicia. I laugh. So when I left, one more experience I had with a client was I started this boot camp in the Bronx, and it just started. It was really good. It was in Riverdale, and then, you know, I had to close it down because I moved upstate.
You went to the good part of the Bronx. I was about to say, we're in the Bronx.
It's funny. It's funny. A friend of mine found this awesome spot in Riverdale, but all my girls are from like Bronx River, Castle Hill. You know what I mean?
And they were like, nah, we ain't going upstate.
We're not going upstate.
Upstate Bronx.
One of my experiences there was I had a girl who she really needed to lose weight. And I found that a lot of people needing and wanting, they don't know the difference. You know what I mean? It's like, do what you need and not what you want. Like, get out your feelings. Come and lose the weight. And she would come to class, and before she would come in, she would smoke. And I had a problem with that. Cigarettes.
Or weed?
No, not weed, because we have like, whatever.
I'm about to say, like,
whatever, you're good.
Why not?
You'll just be zoning out in class.
20 push-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, we good, fam.
So she would smoke a cigarette and then come into class, like literally put it out and come in. And not only would she bring all that smell with her to the rest of the girls, it was just like it held her back each time. I'm like, how could you smoke and then put yourself to work? You can't do it. And it was obvious, because after 5-10 minutes, she's like, I'm done. And that experience right there was, I found it disrespectful to me. I found it disrespectful to the woman in class, but also to herself. And it just showed me how so many people don't get what they need because they're just doing what they want at the moment. And right there, I was just like, wow. Like, mindset is big, huge.
It's crazy how you don't realize, like, as human beings, like, how weak
Yeah.
we can actually be, even amongst a group of people that on a totally different level. And you would think like, yeah, let me
you'd be
change
empowered,
this
right?
up. Like, let me not play myself right
I'm
now.
like, smoke the cigarette after class, damn it.
Yeah, like fake the funk for a little bit. Come on, man. All I need you is for 25 minutes.
Exactly.
So what impact would you like to make in the fitness world?
The impact that I would like to make, I have to say that I want to see my Latinos taking care of their health. I do. Like,
say that one more time,
I
please.
want to see my Latinos taking care
I
of
don't
their
know what
health.
she's talking about.
You know,
That's kind of disrespectful, but we good though.
we have this culture, and I get it. You know, we love food, we love celebrating, we love, you know, being together, but it's just this overindulging, and it's hurting us. It's hurting the kids. You know, I see a lot of kids 12 years old and they're overweight and they're developing their body sooner than they should. They're struggling in sports, and you know, your health, as it declines, everything else declines. You know, your whole spirit. And I just watch my community, and it's like it's killing them. The food, like the unhealthy lifestyle. And I just want to impact them to eat healthier. And that's why I'm always sharing what I do in my word. Just eat healthy and take care of your body. It's the only thing you have to live in, this one body.
I got a magical question for you.
Yes.
Are you against adobo? If you say adobo is not taking care of yourself, listen, man.
God, you're too
This is
much.
going to be horrible. Because, look, you're already telling me I need to drop the Oreos. Don't do me like that with the adobo.
Adobo is good. It's funny when I first, because I also competed, and during that time I had to season my food differently, and all I would season it was adobo on sazon.
Yo.
And they're like, no, you need Mrs. Dash. And I was like, what? And I started using that, and I'm like, this shit is not
we
cool.
good, fam.
So I still use adobo. You know, it's sodium. I still use it.
Listen, shout
I
out
just
to
watch how I
adobo. We
use it.
appreciate you, adobo.
Exactly. We love you. Change our lives forever.
Yo, it's crazy, right? So, you know, my girl's white. She's half Italian. She's half Irish.
Oh.
And when I introduced her to the magic powder, she was like, oh, I never really used that. Now,
she loves it.
She
Game
don't play
changer.
around.
Put
It's a
that
game
thing on
changer.
anything.
On anything.
Anything,
On anything.
man.
She did chicken wings yesterday. I was like,
Exactly.
damn, babe, you
Adobo.
knocked this out the park. What you use? She was like, yeah, put the adobo, babe. I was like, what? Daps. You killing it. It's like adobo in her old little.
No, that's
All right,
us.
so
That's
adobo's
us.
good.
Adobo
we get to
is
keep
good.
adobo.
Adobo
All right,
is
Dom,
good.
I appreciate
Yeah.
you. All right, so let's go back to the regularly scheduled program because I thought we were gonna have to take a quick pause while I go. You know. All right. So, what does the future hold in personal training and in coaching for Taisha Roman?
The future is holding a second book, and the second book will talk about fitness, health, and fitness. This was more on my story, on mindset, on struggling to break through and to discover strength. The future holds a book on fitness and health, and also speaking engagements. Like in January, I went to a church and I spoke all about health and fitness, and it was amazing. It was amazing to see that that light bulb go off in people's heads, and that's what the future holds. Me traveling and sharing fitness and health to change our people's lives.
Because we need it.
Yes, for sure.
We need it. We got a lot
For
of
sure.
undisciplined people out there. And I'm not talking about myself, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it twisted because I'm disciplined. I know when I'm eating wrong. I do it on purpose.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So check this out. We're going to change the dialogue a little bit. All right.
Yes,
We're going to
cool.
talk about some hair real quick. All
I
right.
love it. I love it.
All right.
I
So
love
this is
it.
what we're going to do. All right. First and foremost. All right. How important is your hair to you, and what role does it play in your business and in your routine?
Yeah. Oh my God. Listen, my hair is so important to me that for this cover, all right, like my hair had to be a certain way. It had to be done. It had to be
It looks
perfect.
perfect. Like
Listen,
this picture is sharp.
Right?
You
And
look fierce as fuck here.
thank you. And that didn't
You ready
take,
to-
5 minutes.
Check it out. That's a lot of rolos right there. Whatever.
hair is
Rolos,
everything.
everything.
My hair is what actually gives me the look that I'm looking for. Like in this, I'm looking for sophisticated look. I'm going to let my hair down. I'm looking for a tough look. I'm going to put braids on, but I got to have the hair for braids, right? Like my hair's everything to me. It just sets my identity and my image. And not only for my photo shoots, I remember one time my brother John, he's so funny, ABS, I cut my hair up to my ears, right? Because I wanted a transformation. It was the worst thing that I could ever do. He picked me up from the hair salon. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Why did you? I said, I want a new look.
Brother,
yes.
You didn't agree with the look.
He said, that looks horrible. And 2 days later, I cried. I was so upset that I had cut all my hair because my
ABS,
hair,
why you do that, man?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you was a good dude, bro. Come on, man.
And I dyed it blonde. So he was like, you look like that fucking Tweety bird. Oh, he had jokes and...
ABS. Come on, dude. I thought you would... Come on, man.
But listen, my hair, when I cut it that short, I remember being so upset and not confident because I didn't know how to style it after I cut it. It looked good because the barber did it for me. When I left, it was a totally different story. And my confidence just was like, down the drain.
It's crazy. And this is why, you know, I created the whole podcast and just trying to create the awareness with what I do with scalp micropigmentation or with hair cutting and the hair units, because I don't think a lot of people really understand or even bother to think about like what our hair really means for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people really don't. It's just like, oh, it's a haircut. A haircut is a haircut. Like, nah, no, it's not. Like,
no,
that shit
not.
could make you go from feeling like, yeah, what? Got that hot date today. It's on to like,
exactly.
Cancel. No, I can't wear a hat.
This is horrible. Home. Why did I do this?
What's the excuse, babe? I got a bad case of diarrhea or some crazy shit. And people don't understand that. And I, at least like for men.
Yeah,
I say it, and any other man that I've asked, like we associate our hair or not having the hair the hair type or hair look that we want. Like we kind of associate that with like losing a sense of like masculinity.
Yes.
Is it the same for like a woman? Like if you're not able to style your hair in a certain style or a certain fashion, like do you feel that, oh, I don't look good, I don't look pretty?
Yeah, for sure. Like if my hair doesn't come out the way I want it to, like I don't feel good. It's not like, all right, I'm gonna throw on a hat and just leave, right? I want to look good. Like it just makes my face up. It goes with my clothes. Like it sets the tone. It does. Because if I want to wear just sweatpants and some sneakers and a crop top and my hair is banging, I'm banging all around. I feel good about myself. Right. If my hair looks like shit and my wardrobe looks fire, I still don't feel fire. Like my hair does it for me.
So the hair does it.
It
See
does
that?
It does it.
Hair is everything.
Yes.
All right, so what about your hair routine? What is your hair routine? And how much time do you spend on it? Dum, 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 dum. Oops, wrong one. That wasn't a corny joke. There we go.
So funny you say that because when I tell my husband I'm going to wash my hair, he's like, uh-oh. He already knows. Like, I got to shampoo it 3 times. I got to condition it 3 times. And then when I'm done, the routine is, my cousin taught me this, I have to part my hair in four pigtails.
What? That's a Latina move, yo.
She has me put like black seed oil, or olive oil, some type of oil on the scalp. And then each section, I have 4 sections. I have to put deep conditioner in it and a little bit of oil. And I have to do each section. And then I have to fluff it up, go down. I even put it in a bun to keep my curls. Like, it takes me like 45 minutes.
To do your hair?
Yes.
So I'm going to...
Crazy.
Is it safe to assume that your husband knows if he wants to be sitting down to eat dinner at 7 o'clock, at 5:45, he's saying, babe, I want to go out to eat. So 45 minutes. All right. So what did you say you put on the scalp? You say you put
a black seed oil, like some type of oil to like keep my scalp moisturized.
Oh, okay.
Or tea tree oil. My cousin uses tea tree oil and tea tree cream, and just because my hair is dry, and that's because of the years before I became more in tune with my hair, I used a lot of gel. I used products that weren't good for my hair. That had a lot of alcohol and dried my hair, but I knew nothing about hair care. like I do now. You know, a little bit like how to keep, you know, I'm getting older. I don't want my shit to fall off and break off. So I got to be careful with it now.
So did you learn about like hair care through just like trial and error? Or what does that have anything to do with like the personal training and, you know, being sweaty and for a living? You know what I'm saying? Like
through trial and error. Yeah. And just seeing my cousin's beautiful hair and just her letting me know, you know, like I'm not putting shit in my hair, all these products, and she doesn't even use a brush because the bristles from the brush break
it pulls
your hair.
her. Wow.
Yeah, she uses her fingers. She's been combing her hair like that for years. She
and
puts
her hair
treatment
looks,
oil,
her hair is
amazing.
pristine.
So it's just so many things we got to learn about how to take care of
That's
our hair, and we have no idea.
You know, I'm thinking about it now. Like, there really isn't like. I feel like it's not a common subject. Like it's not one of those. I mean, like for like, you know, the corporate America, like, yeah, they see, you know, the opportunity in like hair, but it holds, our hair holds so much value to us. Yes. Like you would think this shit would be like a topic in school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they teach sex education and other stuff and like being successful in life. And when they talk about stuff like that, like success, like they'll hit on like hygiene and how you should dress and stuff like that. But they don't really be like, they don't be like, listen, if your hair needs to look a certain way, if you're a woman, put this, don't put this, because you're going to be in an interview and you got Mount Rushmore building up on your shoulder with all the flakes. Let me tell you
something. I took my son for a haircut, and for the first time, there's a barber really close to us. So I was like, let's try that one. I was driving down to the Bronx to get him a haircut.
Listen, I know
that's
the
how
living up
attached
here.
I was to someone who was already doing it the way he liked it. So I said, let's try someone new. And he got a haircut that he did not like. It did not make him feel good. He wanted to wear this do-rag on, and it was pissing me off because he wanted to wear it in school. But he's like, you don't understand. I don't like the way I feel.
You were like, nah, you ain't doing that. But not in Dutchess County.
Yeah, and I felt so bad because I know it was hurting his confidence. Right. But I'm like, I don't want you in school with a do-rag either. And it was one of those things like, young men want that confidence and that one thing that gives it to them, that don't mess with their hair. It's their hair.
It's crazy. It starts so young. I cut my nephew's hair. He's 3 years old, and it's funny because I was like, "Bobby, you like the haircut?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You want me to cut your hair again?" He was like, "No." But his dad that night was like, well, the following night was like, yo, he went to school and he was like showing everybody off his hair. Yeah. So it's like you don't realize, you know, like now that we're talking about this, I'm thinking about like you don't realize the impact of like having a fresh cut, you know, for a man or for a woman having nice styled hair really is. Because like it's not a topic, like no one brings.
It's not. And people admire it in others so much. If I see a girl with beautiful hair, I'm like, oh, her hair is amazing. Her hair is gorgeous. And look, her hair, she has no idea that her hair is attracting me that way, right?
That's true though. Like, no, because I do the same thing. I mean, we look at there's other
not that way, but you know what
roles,
I mean.
But it's kind of like, you know, it starts like, wow, nice hair. And, babe, I'm just kidding. Come on, man. You got the best hair. All right. So have you ever experienced hair loss?
I have one time in my life, and it's because I tried a birth control, and it was a Depo shot. Okay. And it caused me to like lose my hair. Like my hair was literally on the pillow when I was waking up.
Wow. That's
and my husband was like, babe, what the hell is going on? And I was losing my hair, and right away, you know, nobody wants to lose their hair. I'm like, if I lose my hair, I lose me. So I went to the doctor and I just switched it. I was like, no way. But from any other product or any other treatment, no, it was just from that birth control.
How did that make you feel? Like when you started losing?
Worried. Right away, I was worried.
Like what kind of worries is it? Like is it like with the
like I don't want to be bald
or image?
Yeah, it was image. It was images like I don't want to be bald if I lose my hair. Like how am I going to style it? It's not going to be me. I'm not going to be beautiful. I'm not going to be confident. I was like, hell no. Went to the doctor right away. Take this. Let this be the last shot I get.
So at no point when you started experiencing the hair loss, did you think like it was attributed to like a health thing? It was just like your first thing was like, oh my God. Like,
I knew automatically. I was like, I knew automatically what I had changed, and it was that getting that damn vaccine, getting that shot. And then right away I was like, no way. My hair is everything to me.
And now you good money.
I'm like, babe, we will get another birth control, but I'm not losing my hair, okay?
This is like, we're going to figure this out. But first,
let me take
we're
my hair.
start with the hair. Don't play with the hair. All right, so check this out. I'm going to show you some pictures, right?
Yeah.
First, I'm going to ask you, are you familiar with scalp micropigmentation?
No.
Scalp micropigmentation. All right, so I'm going to show you some photos of scalp micropigmentation. All right, that's these. Damn right, I'm using my stuff. I'm gonna be showing nobody else's. All right, so this is what scalp micro. So now you might understand. All right.
Yes. Wow.
So what do you think about? I want to hear the female perspective of scalp micropigmentation. I mean, you could already hear her saying, "Wow."
Yeah.
But what do you think about that as an alternative to hair loss?
I think that if a man is suffering hair loss, like he should definitely do this. I mean, look how amazing he looks. Like he looks like a different person. He looks like a different person. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, like I love my husband, right? And I want to be like, babe, I'm gonna love you no matter what. But if he lost his hair, I would prefer this look with the pigmentation than this look than him being bald.
Yeah, him being bald.
I would love him, but for that attraction, like I would want him to get it done.
Yeah.
So I honestly would be like, babe, you should do that.
How about this, right? So this is another alternative to combat hair loss. This is called a hair unit. The philosophical term is cranioprosthesis. Okay. All right, we're gonna call it a hair unit. So check this out. All right. That's what that is right there.
Wow.
So did you know that even existed?
I never
Did you know that men have been using, wigs, toupees, lace fronts for many years?
No, never. I'll tell you what I have seen. I've seen older white men use toupees. I've never seen younger guys,
at
Latinos,
this level,
black, at this level, like having no. I never even heard of this. Ever.
How crazy is this? But
that is,
in a good way,
wow. He looks younger.
Yeah,
he looks his age.
And when
you lose your hair, you look so much older than you are. It's crazy. He looks great. Like I would date this guy, or if both of these guys came to me, I would date this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, and then it's a shame because they're both, the same person, same beautiful person, but it's just that hair is just an attraction.
It's crazy, right? How it just changes the image totally. Like the dude, that's a handsome dude.
Yeah, it
and
is.
It's like you don't want to be.
I
don't want to be. I don't want to be me. Like that's not my style to be like. You don't want to call anyone ugly because we're all beautiful people.
Exactly.
But like when you really see the difference that having hair or whatever an assimilation does, like it really just brings out the features.
It does
more, and it's kind of like, oh shit.
It does.
I guess it's because your eyes just gravitate to looking at like, that's not normal.
And I'll tell you what, you saying that right now made me think how hair and health is so important. Like this makes him look younger. Just like being healthy makes you look younger. You know what I mean? When you overweight, you look older. When you bald, you look older. So it's like those two are so important to everybody. Hair and health.
Yeah, it plays a critical role. It's crazy.
Wow.
Do you? So, all right, you didn't know about this procedure.
Nah, at all.
You familiar with this procedure right here? All right,
yeah.
and this is scalp micropigmentation.
Yes.
So, do you know anyone that has had this procedure done?
My brother. Before my brother, I've never heard of it. And my brother actually came to see this guy to get it done. And I have to say, he looks freaking amazing. My brother, when he lost his hair, his confidence was down. He wore his hat a lot more. He wore his hood a lot more. And just, he's shooting videos. He's going to clubs. He's meeting. He's very social. But I could see a part of him
was holding back a little.
Back only because no one knows him like I do.
Right.
There's a part holding him back. And when he got this done, he's just that dude now. Forget about it. He don't need a hat. He don't need a hoodie. He is feeling himself. But I love that. His confidence is 100.
That's dope, and that is a game changer, and it's crazy because to see him, and it's not just because I did the procedure with him, because I remember he had a lot of questions, and he was even saying, he was like, "Yo, I know I'm being a pain in the ass," but I was kind of like, I feel you, dog. Like I had all those same questions too, but to see him, because I was already following him on social media, and I saw what he was doing, and like I'm not looking for like oh, I saw a picture where he looks like he's
bald.
No, I didn't know. Like, he just hit me up one day and he was like, yo, what can you do about this? And I was like, say no more, fam. I got you. Come through. Let's figure something out. And we made a dope skit out of it. And it was amazing. We linked up with Ken Stars.
Yeah, I saw and cracked my ass
and
up.
It was crazy, dope, funny, impromptu video. And the thing about it is, like, so I started seeing through the social media, and I see him now, like, like now I'm paying attention to it, because it's kind of like, if he starts showing the procedure, then I really know I did him some justice, because he wants to show it.
Yeah.
So I started seeing the pictures of him, and he's not wearing a hat.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
And then one day he sent me like a super dope image and a text with the image, and shout out to ABS, because I don't know if he understands like the significance of it. And any client that I've had, when they do this, like, it just does something for me as an artist. So he sent me a picture, and he's in the barbershop and he's getting his hair trimmed, and he was like, yo, you got me looking and feeling like a superstar, bro. And I was like, that's dope. And I just wrote back to him. I was like, nah, my man, you are a superstar.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's exactly how this procedure made him feel. Like, I remember him. He actually came to my house.
That's right.
He came to my house and knocked on my door.
I had to take him home. I dropped him off.
Yes. Like, look at me. And I just remember, I'm like, you are so handsome. Like, you look so handsome. Like, not that you didn't, but God, you got your hair back. This is better. And he loves it. I tell him all the time. And I'm like, I know so many men who need this.
So you validate that?
100%. I think any man that loses his hair, I know that when he loses hair, he loses a piece of himself. He loses some confidence, because I have men in my family who have lost their hair. And I know it's something that, they don't want to live with. They want to change, but I don't think a lot of people know about this like they should.
And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. And it's crazy because it's been around for a few years, and in the past 3 years it's generated a little more presence.
Yeah.
But it's still not there. Like, it's not like a household thing.
Yeah.
It's still like where tattoos were like in the 60s. It was like, I'm not doing that shit. Like, no one even is thinking about this as an alternative.
And my message to men is that if losing your hair has caused you to feel, a little insecure and different about yourself, and, your self-esteem has dropped, that I think you should get it. And no matter what the wife says, because we're there to love regardless. So and I'm speaking as a wife, we're always going to say, babe, you're right. That's fine. You don't have to do it. I love you this way. But remember that it's not about how your wife feels about you. It's about how you feel about you. So at that point in time, if you're confused about what you should do, you should always do what makes you happy and get it done, man.
Yeah, like the men.
Then your wife will show you her true colors. Oh, babe, you look amazing.
You're looking like a man. I had, like a lot of men, that I get here, like, they'll say that, like, you'd be surprised. A lot of them, man, they are gangsters, and I'd be like, oh, so this is me just getting to know them. Like, I don't want to just like, all right, here, give me the money. This is what I'm gonna make you look like. I like the little dialogue with them, and I'm like, oh, and then I ask them about themselves, what they work, and they're like, yeah, I'm married, I got kids, and I'll be like, oh, so how's your wife feel about you doing it? They'd be like, she don't even know.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, really? Yeah. So it's like, is it because you want to surprise her, or is it because you think that she's gonna frown upon it? And they be like, nah, man, like, she wouldn't let me do this.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this for me. And here's the turnaround to it. So they always like, I'm doing this for me, which is dope. Because it's like, all right, you're doing this for you.
Right.
I get it. Like, the woman does play a role. But at the end of the day, you got to, feel good about yourself.
That's right.
So they'll do it. And whenever I have that conversation with a certain client, I always follow up like the next day. So part of me is just being a bochinchero.
Yeah.
And the part of me is just like, yo, I
Let me
really
see how I
want
changed your life.
Let me see how I changed. Did I do something good? Did I help?
Yeah.
And I'll hit him up and I'll be like, hey, so and so, what did the wife think about it?
Yeah.
And I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've yet to get one that be like, brother, she loved it.
Yes.
She loved it. I had one dude. It was a little TMI, but I felt him.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like a one-on-one. Like the way he felt was the exact same reaction.
Yeah.
That I got from my lady. So he told me, he was like, bro, I was outside for like about 45 minutes figuring out what I was going to tell my wife and why I did this. Like, he was trying to put it together, like give her this real deep, like, I'm not feeling good. I don't feel like myself, this, that, the third. And he was like, I had that ready. I go inside and who's fucking standing right there? Because my kitchen is right there. He was like, my wife.
Oh my
so
God.
He's like, I got my hat off because you told me don't put it on because, it's a wound or whatever.
Yeah.
And he tells me the first thing she goes is, what the fuck? But it was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. And like, she grabbed him and was like, what is that? It looks amazing. He was like, yo, I didn't have to say nothing. And he was like, bro, that night I made love to, and he got into like the whole, it was like, it was TMI, but I was happy for him. And then I was kind of like, oh shit, because it made me remember when I got it. Like, my girl was like, babe, you do whatever you want to do. Like, you don't listen to me anyway. But if that's going to make you feel better about yourself, then by all means do it. I love you, however. But again, as a good woman, right?
Yeah.
Like the same way you'd probably be like, oh, babe, I love you, however.
And
it's
men
all
sometimes got to understand that it may be a difficult position for the wife to say go ahead, because it could go two ways. It's either like you
she
think,
don't like me now.
Yeah, so you think I'm telling you to go do it because I really don't like you bald, but I do accept, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you to do it to make you happy. Or it's like some women fear that when they man takes care of themselves, which it shouldn't be like that he'll have too much confidence, Oh, he'll forget about me.
Now he's gonna forget.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So when your wife says, don't do that, you got to kind of figure out why is that? Because anybody that truly loves you will say, do whatever makes you happy. It could be someone's insecurity, someone's fears.
See that? Now she's dropping relationship gems. She's dropping relationship gems. You hear this?
Yeah, so you got to have this conversation with yourself, fellas, at first. And if you feel that conviction to do it, do it.
That's exactly what and you know what? I asked her as a courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she knew better. She was like, you gonna do that shit. You do whatever the fuck you want anyway, man. And I did it. And when I came home, the reaction I got from her was crazy because like we're not lacking in any department.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So to see that shit put her like, she was like on, she was
elevated.
Chulo, like, damn. She was like, babe, my God. Like for her, what she told me was, she was like, damn, babe, you look like when I first met you. So for like a quick 5 seconds, I was kind of like, you see, motherfucker, like you wasn't really feeling the pushback hairline, and you lied to me. You told me you love me however I am. You were lying. But then when, like for days, for weeks, she was just like, damn, I can't stop looking at you, babe. You look so handsome and you look so young. And I was kind of like, holy shit, like this is great. So that wanted me to push. I was like, you know what?
And men are so afraid, and they don't even know that might bring more happiness to relationship, right? Who knows? Because then you become a happy person. Exactly. That person becomes happy.
That's all that matters, right? So what is it we need? We need what we need. We need good mindset.
Yeah.
Discipline.
That's right.
Put down the fucking Oreos.
Health and hair.
And a hairline. Right here.
Oh, there we go. Hairline.
You didn't even peep that, did you?
I didn't. I love that, though.
All right. So check this out, Taisha. We're going to wrap this up, right? So before we wrap it up, what are 3 tips, tricks, or advice for anyone who is either experiencing hair loss or they want to be a personal trainer? She's about to drop some knowledge.
I love it. I love it. I love it. If you want to become a personal trainer, if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, you need to practice it daily. So eat vegetables, drink water, leave the junk alone. Leave it alone. And for hair, you need to come see my man Dave.
What?
There's no
Look at that
question
plug.
about it. I mean, I've seen it firsthand in my brother, so I know for sure that this is the guy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate
For
that.
sure.
Shameless
Yeah, and
plug.
keep moving. Keep moving your body and stay active, you know. We're working 8-9 hours a day, most of us sitting down. Let's get something done on the weekends, whether you do it with yourself or with the kids, but get moving, stay active and stay healthy.
There you go. You hear that? Stay
Yes,
active, stay healthy,
that's right.
mindset,
Yes.
discipline. And don't forget to pick up
Yes.
my girl's book. Matter of fact, tell everyone where they can find you. Let them know your Instagram, Facebook,
Yes.
website, everything.
So my website is TaishaRoman.com, and on Instagram you can find me at fit2be_fabulous_TR, and on Facebook Taisha Roman.
Do us a quick favor, because they don't know from the Bronx. We got we like to spell shit different. Because that's just how Hispanos do. So spell Taisha for them.
Yes, Taisha
all right?
is Tyesha, and Roman, you already know, Roman.
Awesome, Taisha. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
It was such a dope interview.
Yes, it was for sure. Yes,
I can't wait for us to collab again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Scalp Solutions Podcast. Until the next time, Happy New Year's and peace.